Alright guys, what is up? We're here in a game between GuitarApe and Vallheru. We have GuitarApe here on the top hand side. He will be playing, he said it was Vashal. So far it looks like Meta Rangers, but we'll see. So, yeah, this looks more like Meta Rangers, but this is a beast. So you could see this in Vashal, and this is a Vashal, so you could see this in Vashal. But we will see. But obviously you see both these champions in Meta Rangers as well, so it's kind of iffy so far. And then Vallheru seems to be playing UD meta, though he doesn't deploy. Has he deployed bot yet? Yeah, it's his turn and he's over here. Wait, did he deploy an invisible champion? Debuff Scout. There you go. So Debuff Scout will get this font, and then we have the Chosen gonna move down to this bottom font. Chosen actually, because of Ready, he gets 8 speed a turn, at least in the beginning, until he gets attacked. Or, no, actually, no, until he activates an ability. So, until he gets into the fight, sort of say. So, my guess is he'll move, like, around here. Ooh, that's not a good deploy. This is a bad champion, by the way. Do not play this champion. Ever. This is a bad champion. This is just horrible. This is close to, for me at least, one of the worst champions in the game. Like, I have nothing I can say to vouch for this thing. So it's almost 100 Nora, right? And it has tough 3, 2 defense. So that's 5 defense, right? Is that a lot? Sure, I guess. But like there are champions with that much defense that are 70 Nora as well, right? Like there are tanks with that much. And with these stats, this fucking 12 damage because of 8 beast damage, you know, I would much rather play like the Titan or a hero, or literally any expensive UD, like UD champions that are expensive are actually not bad. There are a lot of good, expensive UD champions. But this thing is so shit. Like, Thirst for Battle, melee special, like, I have a few ways to deal with this. Either I one-shot it, or I just walk around it. It has 6 base speed and no movement abilities. Yeah, it has binding chains, but let's say you have the ranger that just like engages it, and while that happens, you have everything else being taken, you know? I don't know. Whenever I see this champion, I feel like the player who's playing with this champion is not very, I guess not a veteran to the game, because I've never seen a veteran play this champion, ever. Alright, what is this? Vashal Emirate, right? Yeah. I don't know how you pronounce this exactly. Airmite. Airmite, maybe? I wonder what that is as a thing. Now I'm curious. What is a Airmite? I'll Google that later. But not a bad champion. Good beater. Has Execute. I think Execute is like 1 or 2 Nora undercosted. A lot of the champions with Execute, I feel are a tiny, tiny bit too cheap for how good this ability is. It's a 2-turn cooldown, but you do 50% more damage. I don't know. I often really like this ability. The champions that you see it on the most are, for example, the Snaptooth, or there's one champion that's known for it. The Executioner. There you go. The Forsaken Voice Executioner has it. Makes sense that it says Execute. Probably was his first ability. Yeah, okay, Nefire Reaper, and look at his battle rank. Yeah, this might not be the most exciting game, just like at a skill level deficit from Vallheru. Just like his battle group doesn't seem amazing. We'll see if he plays well, but he is staying at 4 AP though. That's pretty good. He's staying at 4 AP, not using it all up. It's one of the first things you see if you have somebody who's completely new to the game, is that they use all of their AP because they think that's the right thing to do. Alright, so we got the slowed, right? So the hinder movement went off on this Osarius. Was it shatter? On whom? Or what is he doing? He's probably doing the seal. Or no, that's also, actually that's a pretty big range, 5 range. Not exactly sure why he moved so close, in all honesty. Elusive leap on him now. Battle leader. Athena Pounce or what? This thing has, oh, never mind. I think you can, though, on the Nefari Reaper, get counterattack melee, or melee, however you want to say it. But it doesn't seem that he has that. So he could have attacked there and done okay, for a summon, right? It would have died, not next turn, though, because this thing has 0 AP. I might have actually not been fully against that. If he had moved in with a pounce on the Reaper And then, so that would have been, let's see, 10 plus 2, right? Yeah, that's 12 minus 1. That'd be 11 damage. And then next turn, double tapped, because he had the AP for it. And he's, yeah, exactly, 7 AP a turn. So we would have been able to double tap the turn after, and even with the life siphon, he'd be at like with this low base defense, the summon would have gotten him near the 20s. It might have been worth it. There is no healing in UD, right? Or very, very little. They have the altar thing. What's it called? I forgot what it's called. The Grief Bearer's Fountain. There you go. Which is really good healing, actually. And this is a demon, so he would heal from it. But I'm not sure if he plays it, just because he does play the Minotaur, right? So if he's playing a Minotaur, he might not play the Grief Bearer's Fountain. Or he might just not think it's that good, right? Often, what you also see from newer players is just as, or in the same vein, in the same thought direction of, they think that some champions that aren't very good as good, like they'll see maybe this 96 Nora champion, like, oh my god, look at him, he's so expensive, so he has to be good. He has all this armor on him, right? They might be looking at the picture, at his abilities and thinking, wow, the champion will just never die, he is so good. But then in reality, it's not a good champion. And in the same vein, they might see a champion that's they think is really bad, but actually is not half bad, right? You're actually, oh, holy shit, that's not half bad. And I actually have that happen to me quite often, where I'm like looking at a champion, I'm like, this is a bad champion, right? And then this happened to me like last video, right? I was looking at the Flame Wisp, and I'm like, this isn't a good champion, no way. And then I looked at it, I'm like, wait, this is almost like the Storm Orb, and the Storm Orb is amazing. Everybody plays the Storm Orb. That's an insane champion. Just because of how cheap it is at flying, right? At least for me, those are my criteria for why I like it so much. It's extremely cheap, it has flying, and I mean, it's a ranged champion, right? So it's just always worth it. Just plop it down, and it will get its value. So sometimes if, let's say, a newer player sees the Storm Orb, they'll be like, look at these stats are horrible, and it doesn't do much damage, and they might not be looking at the bigger picture of just, the Nora cost compared to how much it does. What do I I gotta stop paying attention to the game for a while. I went on a rant there. I'm sorry. So, what's happening? So we have this middle font, or this, I guess I would call this the middle font, because that's the one they're gonna be fighting for now, I guess. Is contested with a war banner for now, and we have the Emirate who moved in, or yeah, there he is, the Eremite, whatever, moved in. He double tapped. Hunter fighter actually works here because it's a warrior or a knight, and this is a warrior, right? Yeah. This is a warrior, so he actually dealt the extra damage. And there's the kill. So the reason he went, obviously the reason he went, I mean, if you don't know, but you should know, the reason he went for the kill here with the ranger at the end is because of that battle leader. So all of his champions just gained 1 extra damage. Again, he just moves around with the wolf. This is fine. It's not horrible. He can just stall or whatever. Like I said, it wasn't a horrible move to also just attack the Reaper, but also not an amazing move. It'd be hard choice to see if you want to go in there or not. Vashal are cool. I wonder if you could make them into a good battle group. I've noticed lately, playing this game, and this was one of the cool things about Poxnora, is that you can play this game for years, and I played this game for a good on 12 years, if not more. That there's still so much to find out and learn and think about. Like I said, I've been making brute battle groups, right? Brute battle groups. So I made FS and SP. Okay, wait. So all right, that was Nora. He's in here, but so we have the split personality going off. The shrine loses AP. Let's see, does he have a kill here? Even if he has a kill, it will only be on the wolf. So I'm not sure if that was a really worth it. Split personality. I mean, he got his gladiator to be a bit more tanky just because he got the extra HP, but he's not engaged, so he won't get the stack of thirst for battle. So I'm not sure if that was really worth it. He doesn't even get this kill. Yeah. Does he? Oh no, never mind. He has the kill. I didn't see he had the Scythe Whirl up. He's at 18 damage. Pretty nice. But I mean, it's because of the melee specialist, right? The second one of these moves out, he'll be at -6. So 12 plus how much defense? 3. So he's at, yeah, he'll be back at 2. He hasn't gotten a single stack of Thirst for Battle off.
What are you watching?
We're watching, or I'm watching GuitarApe versus Vallheru, or however you say that.
I see a lot of the old schoolers coming back. That's a good thing.
What'd you say?
I said a lot of old schoolers are coming back to Pox.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, GuitarApe always has been kind of, he would jump in and out. He's been jumping more in than out lately, but he's always been kind of one of those people that just like comes back and forth. Kind of like Ball Baller, right? Ball Baller also does that. He'll come back for like, he'll go on a hiatus, and then he'll just come back for a few days and like go on a spree, and then he'll leave again.
Yeah.
All right, so we have the Warcry probably going to go off. Let's see if he can get the kill. We do have the Void Shield, and these are both physical damage, so he needs a different attack type here. It's probably actually one of the biggest weaknesses of Vashal is mostly they only have 2 attack types, and that is physical and magical. Let's see. So he doesn't have Pummel or anything, but yeah. So we have Warcry. That's 13. I don't think he has this kill. No way, right? Even with double taps from the others. Mirror Blade does not get a double tap. At least not with any sort of AP gain. Ooh, okay. There you go. This should be a kill then. So what he did, yeah, he removes the Void Shield with the...
Inhibit power.
Yeah, exactly. 12 damage. Easy kill now. There you go. Oh, shoot. He can mirror swap over here if he wants. Oh, he's going to get the kill with the Ranger for the extra damage. There you go. Now he's at 14 on the Ranger. Well, they're all plus more.
Battle Leader.
Exactly. Druid, one of those funny champions where it's like, and you do a Nora for like meager stats, but you get both camaraderie as well as boost off of it. So like you do want him out, even if he doesn't have like the best stats for like a ranged champion. I mean, 7 speed isn't bad, but 12 damage. I mean, he's at normally 9 damage, right? The dodge going off. Oh yeah, no condo on the dot. Yeah, this is another reason. Yeah, another reason the Gladiator is just so bad. You can just play around him way too easily for his Nora cost. You can just like play no condo in front of him, put a block in front of him, put a tank in front of him, just leave him be, and just get everything. Do everything else, and then when you feel like it, just go kill him. And even if he's at like 9 armor at that point, you can use Illuminate or any other type of spell that most factions have access to just deal with it. Ooh, Warog though. I like Warog. Warog is one of my champions that I do think is a bit under appreciated. I actually like that champion. Just because there are a few things, I've said this before, but there are a few things that in my mind make a champion or a theme better than they might look like, just because of how good that ability is. One of them is flying. I think flying is an amazing ability that really just makes any theme that has it very good. Like my examples are like Voil and fairies. Like they just,
Griffins.
Yeah, Griffins is true. Yeah, Griffins as well. I think Griffins are awesome. All just like because there's so many maps where it really helps, and just like abilities and just everything where flying is just insane. Another one is boost. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't value it as highly, but I think boost is really good. But another one that I've noticed that I really like is just the ability Unstoppable. I think that's an insane ability where any champion that has that and they have okay stats, they can't really be that bad. And Warog really has okay stats. 63 HP. Or sorry, 63 Nora, 50 HP, 1 defense, and then 14 damage, or at least 10 base. But Unstoppable is just so insane as an ability. It's like undercosted, I think. Where you'll get your value out of this champion no matter what. They're gonna have to spend more Nora and more abilities into killing the champion than you paid for it more often than not. Yeah, but we just say steamroll happening now, and that's just what happens. UD, another reason why I really don't like the Gladiator is because UD is a tempo-based faction. They want to be pushing, they want to be getting kills early and quickly, but Gladiator is a slow champion. So why are you playing a slow champion in a fast theme, right? Or in a fast faction at that? Right,
well, I think he would compensate with the Dimension Door from Minotaurs.
What do you mean with that?
Well, he can teleport with the Minotaur.
Yeah, I mean, he can, but he's still slow, right? No matter what. Even if he's able, even in Minotaurs, if he's able to move toward the enemy quickly, he's still 96 Nora for really slow stat stacking, right? You have the Thirst for Battle, which is probably overcosted by like 3 Nora. Like if he was 60 or 93, you could maybe make a value, but still. And Tough. Tough is also overvalued. So you have overcosted. Two abilities that are in my mind overcosted. Like I think Tough is overcosted by 1 Nora, and Thirst for Battle is probably overcosted by like 1 or 2 as well. And the reason for that is, though, in my opinion, is because, at least for Thirst for Battle, is back then when Thirst for Battle first came out, there weren't as many spells or abilities that dealt with champions with like high stats. But nowadays, you just play one Illuminate champion and you kill that champion like it's nothing, right? You just like dealt with it, so it's just whatever. Or you.
But the top 3 though, I think. It's really, really good. I think it's one of the best defensive stats that you can get. Because
Tough 3?
Nothing goes through Tough.
I think Tough 3 is good on like a cheap tank like the what's that bog hopper called that just bounces around and uses binding chains?
Dark Marsh Enforcer?
Yeah, that's probably one of the only champions where I think Tough 3 is worth it. But every other champion, most of the time, if I'm playing against a good player, they deal with it much too easily for the cost. Like, the cost of Tough is too much. It's 5 Nora per rank, and it's just too much. Like, if it's, like, Tough rank 1 is good, but 3 is too much.
But, for example, a Tough 3, Gecko, his dots do nothing. It negates so many things. I don't know. I do agree that it's overcosted, but I think it's still the best defensive ability that there is in the game.
I disagree.
You can get through anything else.
I disagree. I think that Void Shield is better. I think that Vaporize is better. I think that Unstoppable as a defensive idea is better. I think there's many more than Tough 3. Tough 1 maybe, but Tough 3 no. It's too expensive. It's 15 Nora. Look at Vaporize or at Void Shield. How expensive?
I'm not saying it's the most efficient. I'm saying it is the best. Now imagine it costing properly. It would definitely be the best. You know what I mean? Even efficiently and cost defensive wise.
All right. What does best mean for you? So you mean best as
in
like
nothing can go through Tough, right? But I can dispel Void Shield. I can dispel Vaporize. But you can't dispel Tough.
Yeah. True.
Nothing goes through it.
All right.
Not
so you're saying
Soulstrike.
you're looking at it in a vacuum, not with the cost.
Well, I just said if it costed properly, it would definitely be the best ability. I'm saying defensively, as not cost included, it is the best one.
Okay, sure.
But I do agree that it's not efficient. You know.
Yeah. Well, then if we don't count cost, then I think that one ability from wait, isn't there a champion that has an extremely high costed defensive champion? What is it? What's his name? The Cyclops hero. Aegis. That's funny. The thing that gives resistance 3 of every damage type. From what's that champion called? God damn it. Zeventret or whatever how you ever say it.
Zeventret, yeah. He's like 150 Nora or some shit.
Yeah, but he has that defensive ability that gives him rank 3 of resistance for everything. So that's probably the best one in the game. All right, let's see. So he did have to transfigure. Let's get back into this game. Transfigure his avatar to deal with the Mirror Blade. The Mirror Blade is just chilling, not even dead. He does have the reflexes to kind of help him, and he can even just run away if he wants. We do have the Seal of Vashal to heal a little bit. And he's dealing quite well with the Warhogs, even though he basically only has physical damage. And so, like I said, that is the weakness. We see only physical and magical damage out. Though we do have the Gladiator at 8 defense, he's starting to ramp up. But like I said, he's not fast enough that you really have to deal with him. You can just walk away. You can put a tank in front of him, let him get big, and just walk somewhere else. Even if the Gladiator moves into the enemy font, like usually it just takes way too long for the Gladiator to be any good. Wait, how did you just get regen? What the? Wind Cloak. Wait, what? No, oh no, he's Empathy. Empathy on the Vicar or Vicar. Vicar? I don't know.
Vicar.
All right. Warcry. Another rank, a fucking battle leader. How much damage? He has +3 right now. All right, all right. 3 ranks of battle leader, not bad. The Interceptor is definitely one of the defining champions, though, in Vashal to make him any good. The Interceptor and the Mirror Blade are like really good. I mean, okay, there are. I mean, the Cavalier is okay, and so is the Ranger, obviously, seeing that he's played in meta. But I think the Interceptor is probably, for me at least, the defining guy.
I think Aramite is really good, man. The no kando and all those abilities, a lot.
Yeah, true. Swap, execute. No condo. Yeah, he is good. Wait, why did he just attack the Gladiator? There's no reason. Just go attack the Avatar. Also, soften, another way to just deal with the Gladiator. Just, you know, take away 3 of his defense. All right, this should be game now. I mean, it wasn't a super good battle, so we did kind of go off point just because the fight was a bit one-sided, and that's just because of the discrepancy not only in the battle group but also just in the skill level between the two. So no condo. I think no condo is an amazing defensive ability. If you compare that to tough.
Well, I mean, you can go through it. For example, something like a Hammer Strike or Earthquake that removes its AP, and then they're really vulnerable.
Yeah, he puts the tinderbox on him. He's more Nora on the Gladiator now. Look at him, 9 defense, 26 damage. This is definitely one of those things that newer players do. They see big numbers and it makes them happy. So they just play champions with big numbers. You know, they just see the Gladiator as like, look at this 9 defense, 26 damage. I'm not gonna lose. Nothing can kill this. And then you're like, oh wait, my avatar is dead. And it takes a few games, but once you learn that, you know, high numbers like this doesn't matter if you aren't efficient enough. It's just whatever. Shatter. Is he gonna? He wants to go for the kill on the Gladiator because he's bored. He's like, you know what? Oh wait, no, he's going to Battlecry range. That's why he's doing it. He's going to Battlecry range, and then he's gonna move over to the Avatar, maybe, hopefully. Bane Shift on the Gladiator, I just saw as well. So another spell. All right, 6 defense right now on this Gladiator because of the soften. He's going for it. He wants to. Oh, he got 20 damage on this Cavalier. Holy cow! I didn't see that. Nice. Yeah, he could. He's just playing with his food at this point. He could just kill the Avatar, but he's like, nah. We're gonna go ahead and kill the Warog first, and then maybe the Gladiator, and then we'll kill the Avatar.
He's cleaning his plate.
Ooh, 11 damage. Not bad. Zeal damage. Sick. Dude, that's actually not bad damage, though, coming from these Vashal. It's pretty insane. 20 damage. There you go. GG. Well played. I mean, it might have been well played. I wasn't really paying attention, but either way, good game.